Now, I'm not sure if I want to try and do a Sonic run or a Tails run. I definitely don't want to do a Sonic and Tails run. Anyone has any opinions? Go ahead and tell them now, or I will just probably do Tails just for the variety. Alright. Oh, wait. A, B, and C do different things. Okay, well, start to start. Okay, so if I recall correctly, I know for certain that it is possible to get every emerald within Emerald Hill. There are 7 or 8 signposts. The problem is, without my ability to fly until the next game, it's not easy to figure out which one is where, or at least to remember. So the first one is coming up. Just need to make sure I get enough rings to trigger it. And of course, as Tails, I will not have access to Supersonic, so getting all the emeralds is largely pointless, but whatever. But these special stages are significantly easier than in the first game, and I think a lot more popular. Why they showed up again in a few iterations. Saturn version of Sonic 3D had something like this, and then Sonic Heroes had something like this, and I think there's at least one other one. Knuckles Chaotix had a really interesting special stage. Unfortunately, I do not have a 32X, so I cannot play it on real hardware. It'd be literally like a $150 purchase just to play Chaotix, so this is the only game I'm interested in on the 32X. I like how they still have the quotation marks around Tails to emphasize it's a nickname. I forget what the conditions are to get a continue in this game. I think it might be a certain ring count at the end of the stage. I didn't skip a signpost up there. Oh yeah, that's most of the stage. I definitely skipped a signpost. I should probably go back. For an extra life? And not quite. Oh well. Too short. Hey! Evening. I don't recognize your username from somewhere. You're from Sega Extreme, right? Do you mind telling me what your name is on Sega Extreme? Because I don't recognize you from Paro. It's okay if you want to keep it separate. Ooh, okay. A little bit lazy there. Oh, jeez. Well, anyway, you missed the Sonic 1 run-through. I got all the emeralds, but unfortunately I did die a handful of times. You don't really chat that much in Sega Extreme, because I don't recognize your name like that. But welcome to the stream. The plan is, we'll just do a full run-through of Sonic 2 with Tails, and then after that, hopefully we'll get some ideas as to what Sonic game we want to run next. I'm planning on going all night. I'm open to pretty much any Sonic game I have the hardware for. I got my Dreamcast, I got my Saturn, I got, you know, my 360, my GameCube. I got plenty of resources here to be playing Hedgehog-related games on request. I know there's another signpost. I just missed it. It's back here. Oh, okay. That's how it is. Oh, I triggered it from... Yeah. Okay, you know what? We're not trying to do everything in Emerald Hill. We'll just get to the end of the stage, like normal. And, we'll just get the signposts along the way. It's not like I'm going to be short on signposts throughout the game. I already got 2 emeralds. Be able to pick up at least 1 or 2 in Chemical Plant. Could spend a whole lot of time trying to get all those rings up there. I'll do one more jump. Unfortunately, Tails' hitbox is just slightly smaller than Sonic's. Oh! Didn't help me there, but it does make it harder to collect rings in those big groups like that. At least slightly. Where is the first signpost? Well, I usually have to try harder than that to get in there. Ah, are you freaking kidding me? Oh, yeah. So, yeah, the competition, I host it annually. The official announcement is going to be, I think, in, like, September 1st. You know, just to give the 4-month window for everyone to figure out what's going on, who the judges are, etc., etc. But yeah, I highly encourage everyone that's even a little bit interested to give it a shot. There's gonna be a lot more cash prizes this year. We've had some donations for the prize pot, so it's not just gonna be my money in this year. It's gonna be a lot of the community's money, really. Yeah, gonna be distributed toward the top handful of prizes. We had 6 translation entries this last year, and 15 original game entries. So I figure for this year, the prize pool can be like the top 3 translations and the top 6 or 7 or so original games will get some form of cash prize. And of course, Shane permitting the 3D print as well. Yeah, so hopefully this year, assuming Waterfuel is successful with his work with the Netlink and Tizen cable, I will be doing a board game pack, but more information will come later with that. Obviously, I've been working with Xenos recently on the Blue Skies project, that plane flight simulator, and that's going to be his entry for this year, and it will be done, at least substantially done, playable this year, before I get started on my entry. I've been a little bit lazy on this one, and once we hit the 4th one and the 7th, or 6th and 7th one, I think that's when I can't be lazy anymore, because it's just difficult enough for me to try to keep paying attention. I see Astro Junkie's in the Discord, but she's not coming on stream. I'll yell at her later. I don't know if... Have I shared my Discord link on here yet? It should be somewhere in the description down in Twitch and I guess later on YouTube. But yeah, if you're interested in homebrew game dev, you should join the Sega Extreme community. You should join my little Discord where I post my project updates and stuff like that. It's fun stuff. At least for us, at least. You know. I see, if you go and look up Hellslave. Hellslave has this new deathmatch map update. Looks really great. You can see the preview on YouTube. We're hoping to, I'm going to try and get some people with netplay on Mendothen to test it out. Since we all live in such different locations, it's hard to like get a whole bunch of people together with some multi-taps and try out the actual 4-player map. Any more rings? Try to get me. Oh, Death Mask? Yeah, so that was... It's kind of funny because the Shiro guys, Trainoco and... I forget if it was a Murder of Crows or not. I think it was a Murder of Crows. He just kind of said, hey, wouldn't it be funny if someone, like, translated this? And then I think Murder said, oh yeah, sure, I'll do it. And like, inside of a week, they had it substantially done. I mean, it's hilarious. It's hilarious how quick some of these projects can go sometimes compared to how slow otherwise simple sounding projects go. Like, I've been working on this like simple flight simulator since January. I'm still like we just barely got everything displaying, and freaking Murder of Crows in a week more or less 90% translates this freaking FMV game. And it's basically like the only thing stopping More the Saturn Library to come to America is like motivation. It's even more funny because the motivation didn't exist in 1994. What is it, Bernie Stoller or something? He just decided, yeah, no, the Americans don't like RPGs or shooters or any of these games. Any of the games that are actually selling well in Japan, we're not going to bother porting over. Jeez, what is that, 62 rings? What the heck? Okay, so here's the back and forth jumping part. Oh, okay. Thank God for a very generous hitbox there. I did not deserve to keep those rings. You see, I would feel uncomfortable bringing my Saturn to a convention. I've got my prototype Sadiator in my Saturn, and I'm not sure if I want to trust it to like a room full of weeaboos or whatever is going to show up at the convention. Obviously, props to people that set up those game rooms and stuff, hoping for people not to like completely destroy their equipment. I would like to set up some sort of Saturn homebrew meetup thing at some point. Like, I just don't know what it would take to actually do that, because, like, if you wanted to hold your own convention, obviously it's a very expensive affair. Even if you're, like, piggybacking off of another convention, it's still, like, a pricey thing to plan out. Like, just to rent out a ballroom and get some food so that people have a place to gather. Or you just try to, like, crowd a whole, like, a room full of 20 guys in a freaking hotel room after the dealer room closes. It's just a recipe for body odor. Do people actually get permission to use games in the game rooms and convention centers? I did not know that was a thing. I thought people just set up and just let people just do whatever they want. Oh, wow. Hit that glitch twice in a row. Yeah, I don't even know how you would seek, like, official permission to do something like that, because it seems like you just kind of do it and nobody cares or finds out. It's like how in, for Saturn Homebrew development, we're using the Sega libraries. I don't think anyone's bothered trying to ask Sega's permission to use them. We just kind of figure, hey, they're not using it, and they're usually pretty cool about homebrew stuff and fan games, so, you know, why not? Of course, none of us, I think, are actually trying to commercialize our games yet. If it ever comes to that, we might actually have to have some conversations with Sega Legal. Maybe tweet at Aaron Weber on Twitter and just make sure, hey, Aaron, please, you know, speak up for us. Tell them we're cool. It would be nice if we can get some new Saturn disc printed somehow. I don't know if Sega still has the press somewhere, or if they have the specifications to try and make one. Like, if there's some factory in China that would be willing to just press new CDs for us. Because you have to like tool it up. There's that security ring that hasn't been cracked yet. Like, all the ODEs just kind of go around that part, but like, if you want to make a bootable CD and you don't have a bunch yet, you need to press a disc with that security ring, and that's like proprietary software, or proprietary stuff on that. Whoa, okay. Wait, what do you mean you work with I thought you meant you work, like, getting permission to play the games, I thought you meant you work with the game developers. It's like showing a movie in public. You're not really supposed to do that without permission from the producer, the license holder, or whatever. Like, obviously, you get permission to put stuff in a convention where a convention's happening. I thought you meant, like, you know, writing a letter to Sega, hey, can I please have people play, you know, Sonic 2 at this convention? Yeah, obviously, if you're going to set up a game room in a convention center, you have to ask permission to set up the room. That's not what I thought you meant, or, you know. Oh, I'm going to need at least a ring or two. Just, there we go. One'll do you. I might have 4 or 5 inputs. Either way, I have to roll this. Wow, that was awful. Shameful display. Oh, are you serious? What's going on? Why am I playing so terribly? This did not bode well for that thing. Okay, but why would the convention center care about you using digital copies? Unless you're talking about actually asking the license holder of the game itself. How would they even know or tell or care? Like, I don't understand any convention center that said, okay, you can set up a game room, because it's like the least monitored room of the convention. It's like there's no celebrities there, there's nothing to sell. It's just a game room. I cannot imagine anyone in any convention setting saying, hey, you can't do that. This is an ODE. I can't imagine anyone actually caring. And it's not their problem, though, either, because they're not the license holder. I mean, really, it's kind of irresponsible playing original hardware, or not original hardware, but original discs, and you know, experience wear and tear and what have you. Like, imagine wanting to share Panzer Dragoon Saga with someone at a convention. Like, you don't want to bring that disc there. You want to keep it freaking in some sort of you know, sealed case or something. dehumidifier. Those discs need to be preserved. Did I skip the whole level without any checkpoints? Okay. Display pieces? Like, I mean, you're interacting with them, but, okay, fine. If you really need them to be on display and showing... It's bizarre to me that they would even bother to care, but yeah, sure. It just feels irresponsible to me, like I said, to use original discs that are aging and experience wear and tear to expose them to even more use in a public setting where they're even at greater risk when they probably need to be preserved as much as possible. Pretty sure. Oh, there it is. No. I didn't skip it. It's right there. What is this, Emerald 6? Well, that's the thing. In these game rooms... Okay, so, like, if they're in a display case, that's one thing. Like a museum. Not that... I don't think I've ever even seen anything like that. But the game rooms that I've always seen in any of these conventions, like MegaCon or AFO or whatever, is freaking... You know, people are coming up there... You got some 5-year-old playing Super Mario for a couple minutes and then going off to go play a little bit of Guitar Hero or something. Everyone's got their paws all over the controllers. And, you know, the consoles are just left there unattended, so, like, you can literally just swap discs. Like, I've seen people just leave out, like, a binder of discs for PlayStation. Try out some random games. I wouldn't want to leave Saturn games in that environment. Probably shouldn't be reading chat while I'm doing this. What was even the number? 210? I mean, no matter what, you're exposing an older piece of hardware and software to a room full of people that have best, like, some of them have just paid, like, you know, $12 or $20 to get into the convention center. They don't have any skin in the game. There's no reason for them to treat them as well. Not to mention, like, all the, like, you know, the 4-year-olds coming with the, you know, the weeaboo parents going to the convention they have to bring the kids with. And the kids are just there to play games and be occupied by, you know, nice, colorful lights and sounds. They're not going to take good care of the thing. Like, if you have an N64 controller there and they learn what a Mario Party is, they're going to bust their hand and bust the N64 analog stick playing that game. Oh crap, that should have been an emerald. Okay, so Aquatic Ruin is gonna be the last emerald. That's fine. Really wish Tails could fly in this one. I'm gonna get a ROM hack that lets you do that. Probably breaks the balance of the game, but I don't care. Oh, are you serious? I mean, it's not like a bad experience. It's just, this is a public event, and if you have any sort of decent population, like maybe in a smaller convention, like something in like a local type deal where it's only like a few hundred people, maybe it's not a problem. I'm used to MegaCon, right? And MegaCon has tens of thousands of people attending, and everyone is there. It's little kids, like high schoolers, renting out freaking hotel rooms with their friends, with no parental supervision, college kids, you know, people in their 40s with, you know, enough money to cosplay properly, with, like freaking armor and stuff. It's everyone, and it's a huge population of everyone. That's not a controllable setting. Like, if you're talking about like a tiny little convention, like here in Albuquerque, there's gonna be like a Comic-Con, and there's like all of a dozen celebrities that you've heard of, not even showing up, then yeah, maybe the population is low enough where you can keep a handle on things. $6K. That feels like a low number, really, for a decent-sized convention. Okay. I got my 50 rings, but I didn't get the checkpoint. There's my checkpoint. Give me my checkpoint. Oh, no checkpoint. Oh well. But I don't remember if I welcomed you to the stream, but I want to welcome you to the stream now. Man of War was on here for a little bit, but he had to leave because, you know, humans have to sleep. Oh, another checkpoint that I'm not prepared for, and I just sabotaged myself trying to get to it. There's a way of bouncing off of these guys to get up there, but, like I said, I'm a little bit out of practice. I'm just doing this for birthday celebration purposes. I should be able to get up there, but I can't. But, oh, maybe I can get up there. So, Par, what are these numbers that you're talking about? Is this like convention attendance? Whoa, that would have been unfortunate. Happy birthday, Sonic the Hedgehog, yes. Get up there. I just want my 50 rings. Why can't I get my 50 rings? Come on. It's really annoying me that I go through all of Aquatic Ruin and I haven't yet gotten a single signpost with enough rings to do anything. And that was the whole convention center, right? So yes, it's not like you know, comically tiny. It's just not huge. There we go. Last emerald. Let's go. Seriously gonna miss the ring count for the last emerald? Okay. Just barely. Just barely, jeez! I'm really out of practice. I should have gotten a lot more than that by now. This one in particular is pretty mean to someone who hasn't memorized the stage. They're not telegraphing these at all, you just kind of have to know where they're coming from. And this very last part is like the worst part of all, like it's just not even fair. Like, how are you supposed to get the... I'm just going in circles hoping for the best. There's no strategy to this. Two more. Come on, 2 more. There we go. I just have to not get hit and I'll be fine. Hooey. Well, alright, at least you're doing a service to the community to loaning out these games to these conventions. I'm just saying I wouldn't do that. All my consoles are sitting comfortably in their shelves, permanently hooked up to my stream capture setup, and I am not planning on moving them until I have to actually move house, which is probably a very long time from now. Oh, you're heading out? Well, thanks for showing up on stream. Hope to see you again on the Discord at least. And also consider trying out making a game for the homebrew competition. Oh, yeah, thanks. Oh, I thought you meant, like, good night, or good game, or, like, you're heading out. That's how I interpret it. Whenever I see GG, I assume you're leaving, you know? Oh, wait, I already got all the emeralds. I don't have to get rings. Rings are for closers. That's a good omen. What tails? Oh, okay, I could have made that jump, but I was too cowardly. I don't know. Teaching kids to gamble in the casino, it's just a precursor to microtransactions. Very similar to the... Okay, well, it's a lot skinnier than the stage for the boss, but whatever. I didn't even remember that was there. That was an accident. So, my favorite stage in this game is probably, I would say, either Hilltop or Wing Fortress. I mean, Sky Chase sucks. It's just, I hate on rails. Especially since if you're supersonic, you can kill yourself just by existing. But Hilltop has a nice aesthetic. There's not enough mountain stages in Sonic. Also, Oil Ocean would be more fun if it wasn't so, like, out to get you. Sky Battery? Do you mean Wing Fortress? Okay, because there's two things, yeah, Hillbilly Tops. Because I hear Sky Battery and I'm starting to think, do you mean Flying Battery? Because if you don't like Flying Battery, we're gonna have words later. You're gonna have to go out back. I almost did a cool thing. I was hoping to skip more of the stage, but whatever. I ain't no speedrunner. Okay, so Power Opponent, since you two were actually in chat and talking, what game should come after this? It doesn't necessarily have to be Sonic 3 Knuckles, because I've definitely played that to death on stream. Google the stage or Google the next game? You do not like Flying Battery? Are you serious? What's wrong with you? Like, the music itself sells the stage. And it's not like a particularly difficult stage, it's... Okay. The first question is, what's wrong with you? Why don't you like Flying Battery? And the second question is, what Sonic game should come after Sonic 2 tonight? It doesn't have to be Sonic 3 Knuckles, because I've already played that so many times. I can play it again. I'll probably do a Knuckles run. But we could also do, like, Sonic Adventure, or, you know, Sonic 3D on the Saturn, assuming the State Eater doesn't break on it, I forget if there's a compatibility issue right now with the latest firmware. I forget. But the other thing is, we got a GameCube here, we can play Heroes, if you're that kind of person. We got 360 here, if you're into Sonic 06, for the memes, I guess. Oh! So here's the thing, I am terrible at nights, so I don't even have the ability to unlock Sonic on it, unless you tell me exactly what to do. But I am willing to play nights. Okay, so the stage isn't super quick, I'll give you that, because there's a lot of obstacles and stuff, but the music is like the best stage music in the game, so you're like objectively wrong about that. Your taste is wrong, you need to fix it. So the funny thing is, I think at one point I did have a copy of one of the Sonic Riders games, I forget which one it is. So was that on the Wii? I forget. I might not actually be able to do that tonight, because I do have a soft-modded Wii, but it's not hooked up. So I'd have to end up moving it and hooking it all back up, and also downloading the image, because I probably don't have it loaded up on the SD. So, if it's on the GameCube, I might be able to slap it onto the SD card real quick, because I should have it in my archive. But I don't remember playing the original Sonic Riders. Does it have, like, a story on it? I mean, it has, like, some sort of perfunctory story, it has to, at least a little bit. But, like, is it, like, a real story, or am I just, like, going from race to race? Seriously? Oh, okay. The stage is juggling me like a freaking Smash character. Extreme cheese story. I can't tell if you mean the chow or, like, the quality. Well, that was a waste of good airtime. Remember, I once soft-locked Sonic the Hedgehog 2 by taking a ramp too fast in Mystic Cave. Can't let myself do that again. Also, Mystic Cave in the original still has that super cheap death at the bottom of the pit. It even kills Super Sonic. Which begs the question, why didn't Robotnik build just a giant pit with spikes on the bottom of it in every stage that he was trying to attack Sonic in? Okay, so barring better suggestions, I guess I'll try to load up Sonic Riders for the GameCube after this. Hopefully I can get it on the capture card without too much issue. got that HDMI cable thing on the GameCube now, so... Seriously? Okay, okay, this is actually going a lot worse than it should. There we go. So Maurice as a middle name, I think, was in one of the cartoons. The ones where Jaleel White voices Urkel. I want to say Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, but it could also be the Saturday morning adventure one. Also, I think Sonic Boom cartoon had a joke about his middle name. Of course, Knuckles assumed it was the. Oh, no, that was just Sonic. No, okay, that wasn't a real middle. So basically, the middle name is supposedly... No, his real first name, I think, was supposedly Maurice in one of the cartoons as a joke. And I'm sure the comics has a middle name for him other than the. Yeah, did not have enough airtime for that. This is a question for a Sonic Wikipedia page on one of the fan sites, one of the fan wikis. I'm sure there's like plenty of backstory in the RG comics about his middle name, or his uncle, or whatever, or who he was named after. You can tell I'm just like slowing down. So I think the problem in this part of the stage was I was supersonic and I was just going really quick up the ramp I jumped over, but that danger's gone now. Now the only danger left is that bottomless pit. But actually, for the record, I think right now I'm still deathless, so that deathless run that I failed to get on Sonic 1, I might be able to get on Sonic 2. Except for the fact that Death Egg exists. How am I getting rings? I don't need rings. That was the bottomless pit, so all that's left is Robotnik's driller machine. I wasn't like really paying attention or trying with it. Like the game throws rings at you up until Wing Fortress. At that point, it becomes difficult, and then you just stop giving you rings and Death Egg, and you know you just hope for the best against the final boss. I don't recall if I had any continues. Actually, I think I remember what you need to do for continue. You need to end a stage with 100 rings. And I have failed to do that consistently because I've been throwing them all away at the emeralds and then just not trying afterwards. So I have 12 lives and that's it. Maybe I should actually start trying to keep these rings on me. Yep. And as soon as I say that, Coil Ocean has some super cheap traps. Ah! Yeah, I give up. That's not happening. 100 rings is not happening here. I'll try again on, Oh, after this is Metropolis. That's definitely not happening there. Okay. Oh, was I supposed to do that? I can't tell if I backtracked or skipped it. Okay, that was probably progress. I'll count it as progress. That's that extra life I was going for, though. Are you serious? That was like meanly timed. That was malignant timing. What's the point of that? So I'm seeing the overscan on the capture, and it's like distractingly orange. Jeez! Seriously? One wasn't enough, you had to go with two. And then Metropolis has like 3 whole acts of this crap that they throw at you. Between the mantises and the starfish, I forget what their actual bad nicknames are, but they're both freaking super annoying to deal with. These guys with the big meaty claws. That was just me. That one was my fault. Right into that. Patient. Oh, that's right, laser. I think there's a different balance animation if you're facing a different direction. I forget how to trigger it, though. Okay, so the challenge for this zone, I actually get to continue. Try my best not to lose any rings. Play very conservatively. Jump over the big meaty claw. You know what? Oh, that was almost death. No, 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 no. Ah. Very conservatively. Drop down. And big meaty claws over here. I'm jinxing this right now. I know, like, as soon as I get to the end of the stage, I'm gonna get hit by a freaking starfish or something. Just want to finish with these rings that I have. Oh, they didn't pick me up. It's not about having the 100, it's about keeping it. You need to keep it till the end of the stage. These invincibility stars are doing me no favors because these guys are not taking the bait. I remember there's a false wall somewhere around here, but I'm not about to try and find out where it is because I don't want to risk falling into some form of trap. Okay, that was not conservative play. That was me being impatient. That was stupid. Could have lost my shield there. Put my rings at risk. Ought not have done that. But here we are at the end of the stage with 167 rings and hopefully continue to show for it. There it is. I just have to do that as many more times as the game will allow, which I think is just this one more stage, just to give myself the edge on Death Egg. Ah! Freaking big meaty claws. Again, invincible claw. Cheaply get some rings. Let's go down here too. Oh, okay. That was a one-way trip. Okay, that was the level designers being nice, possibly even merciful. That one wasn't. I mean, I could have waited. That definitely could have been avoided. There's the first one. Okay. Just jump down. Really tempting me to end up with these lava pits. It's like I'm trying to die. No! You know what? Not even worth it. Not even worth it. Not going back and risking my rings. Five more rings and a shield. That's all I need for the rest of the level. Just get me a shield. I'll avoid everything else. I just need the shield. Oh, okay. Maybe I won't avoid this guy. No! Oh, I got stuck up in that corner, too. You know, maybe I don't need 100. Maybe 50 rings will do it at the end of the stage. I don't know. I do want that to continue. I know that much. Nope. Missed my chance with that freaking mantis trapping me in that corner. Well placed trap. And Metropolis 3 for the boss is like a two-parter, three-parter, I forget. It's not quite Sky Fortress or Sky Sanctuary. Ah! Down. Okay. Boys with the claws. You're invincible too. You can't get past them. Wasn't I just here? Ooh. Whoa! Oh, okay. That was mean. So I'm noticing the overscan for this level is black. Which is kind of weird, because I expect it to be, you know, the background, I guess it's got black in it, but it's also primarily blue. Or dark blue and red, and foreground's green. Now, I honestly don't know what would be easier for this background. It's somewhat complex and has diversity of color in it, so maybe black is the way to go. Oh, wow, okay. That didn't feel fair. Neither did that. That felt even less fair. And there goes the Deathless Run. I mean, Death Egg was gonna get rid of that for me, but I kind of feel somewhat annoyed that I got taken out by freaking big meaty claws there. That was me not paying attention. That was the game not paying attention. I went right through those bumpers. I think I'm starting to get sloppy. doesn't even want to give me a second chance in that section. He said, nope, you're not good enough. You're going down now. Okay, what is that hitbox? Seriously, because I went right over him and I still got hit. I don't understand how I even had a chance of dodging that. I'm like mashing jump, and he's just right there waiting for me. Oh, okay. I just killed myself just going to the right. This level's getting a little bit stiff. Are you like meant to get hit by that to get bumped up to the shield? Like, is that by design? Okay, here's treadmill to the boss. Or wait, no. That's the first treadmill. The second treadmill is the treadmill to the boss. That was just a level element, I guess. And, okay, that time it worked. It's kind of annoying that he's not quite at full speed on this thing. That was probably for the best. As soon as the thing stops, then I think I'd be rocketing off. Not today, Satan. Okay, this is the treadmill of the boss. I burnt 3 of my lives that I actually try to go out of my way to get on these really stupid Metropolis traps. And then maybe Wing Fortress will give me no, actually, Wing Fortress doesn't have the final score tally, so I won't even be able to get the continue. And obviously, actually, you know what? Sky Chase also doesn't have a final score tally, so I just don't have a chance. This was my last chance at a score tally. So I leave the game with my 1 continue and 11 lives. I don't think those life counters are going up anytime soon, because I don't think there's a... There might be a life box somewhere in Wing Fortress, but I'm not going to go out of my way to look for it. Now I can play it like a real platformer. Oh, okay. I see how it is. I don't know why I'm trying to get all these rings. They're all pointless. Just need the one to avoid stupid things from happening. I mean, imagine dying on Sky Chase, though. That'd be... Why even bother with the run anymore? Seriously? Wasn't so busy with the homebrew stuff. Maybe I should have tried getting into Sonic speedrunning. But the current state of speedrunning for the Sonic games right now are so good that you know, I think it'd probably take just a year of practice on each game just to figure out all the techniques. Nope. All my rings. Up here. I have a feeling there is. Come on. Jump on you. Ah! At least I got my 12. Speed shoes without invincibility is just a liability. Whoa, okay. It's going fast enough to pick up some extra rings. Whoops. Okay. Probably didn't want to do that. Relatively harmless, but I think I'm on a more difficult path now. Need to do that to myself. Here comes a really cheap boss. Oh, I should not have picked up those rings. I'm gonna need them. Yeah. Yep. That was expected. Oh, wow. That wasn't expected. Yep. That was super dumb. Not so much for the extra life I picked up. Leave these rings alone. Wow. And my rings just teleport out of the ring. What, did you miss all those deaths earlier? My run was invalidated a while ago. So I effectively have 16 lives to take out Death Egg. And I am not good at Death Egg. If I manage to take out Death Egg without dying, I'm going to be super annoyed because this could have been a deathless run. Because all those other deaths were not warranted. I should not have, they should not have happened. I can definitely do a Sonic 3 Deathless run. Like, I've got that game more or less memorized. First two, not quite so much. But I mean, I think at this point I've run Sonic 3 on my channel like 2 or 3 times. And not too long ago, even. Oh wow, I can even see the overskin on the top of the screen. Unlike my CRT is actually showing the blue on the edge. me recalibrate this thing. Okay, here comes the fun part. Me dying over and over again to the Death Egg robot. Because I don't know the hitbox. Okay, you know, I predicted that was happening. I'm still upset about it. I feel that really should have been a rebound. That should not have happened. Who's that? Why is there a freaking robot on my stream? Someone get rid of... okay, I'll get rid of Maverick as soon as I'm done with the game. So, there is obviously Tails Doll, and then there's like 5 or 6 different versions of Metal Sonic. So there's Silver Sonic, Mecha Sonic, Metal Sonic, and then the ones from the comics. And then there's like an alternate Silver Sonic from the Game Gear games. I think there's a robotic Knuckles, but that was like something maybe that was hidden in Sonic R or something like that, I forget. Oh, and obviously Amo Chow. What is that? Why? Why is that happening? I should rebound off of that. Oh, there's also the Egg Robo. He's the bad guy in the Knuckles part of the campaign of Sonic 3, or in Knuckles. So that's the robotic version of Robotnik. And that's Sonic 2 with several deaths. Unfortunately, I don't think there's any bonus for Tails' ending if you have the emeralds. And they skip the cutscene where Tails looks up in the sky to rescue Sonic from the explosion because Tails is currently falling from space, not suffering the effects of re-entry, which canonically makes the ending for Sonic Adventure 2 a little bit weird. Okay, let's ban whoever this guy is. What's going on here? how do I edit, or... Okay, show mod icons. Okay, I didn't have mod icons on. There we go. Oh yeah, thanks. I reported him too. I think it's the first bot I had on stream that I didn't personally invite to help moderate. Okay, so Pona, you said you wanted me to do, I guess, Sonic Riders? Okay, so U2 is New Xinaga. He actually labeled himself this time. Hey Pona, you still alive? Okay. I mean, if you want, I can load it up. It just takes a little bit of effort. Okay, yeah, I figure it's a little bit of a troll. So there is one other thing. Like, there's the director's cut for Sonic 3D Blast. It's actually kind of interesting. I mean, the game is more or less the same, but there's additional features to it. I've already beat the main story, but there's like a time attack feature, so you like get to run through the stages as quickly as possible without having to worry about the cookies. I don't know if that would be like fun or something to watch, or if you guys want to see some other game, like Mean Beat Machine maybe. I don't even know if I have that loaded up. What other Sonic games were on the Genesis that were like off-brand? Power, you got any suggestions? Anyone else want to go in chat and suggest another Sonic game? So we can pop open the Dreamcast and do some Sonic Adventure. Actually, I wonder if I still... Yeah, I've got all my Wii games, so maybe I can just pop open the Sonic Colors on the Wii U. I don't have a save file on it, so I can start at the beginning. I know they're doing a remaster for Sonic Colors, so... Okay, so anyone have any opinions on Sonic 3 or Sonic 3D Blast, Director's Cut, or Mean Bean Machine, or maybe even like Spinball? So, here's the thing. Shadow the Hedgehog has his own game. And we could try playing through... The main campaign for Shadow the Hedgehog isn't even that long. And I think... I don't know if I have it loaded up on the GameCube. Let me check. So I'll let you guys enjoy the demo mode for Sonic 2 while I look through the SD card on my GameCube. I know that I definitely have, like, Phantasy Star Online, because I play it online on the GameCube. Oh, I have a lot of stuff on here. Let me see. I do not have Shadow the Hedgehog. I have Soul Calibur. Obviously, I've got Smash Bros. So, like, so now that I'm loading up the games on the GameCube, like, let me grab Shadow the Hedgehog, Sonic Heroes, Sonic Media Collection, Sonic... There's 2 Sonic collections on here. Sonic Adventure Series, Sonic Riders, and where's Shadow? Shadow the Hedgehog. Okay, they're all being copied over. I don't know how fast the SD copy speed's gonna be on this thing, so we'll just have to give it a hot minute. Calculating. That's not a good sign. Okay, you know what? So how about this? How about we play either a little bit of Sonic Adventure 2 or Shadow, and we have, for the next 14 minutes or so, some time to choose which one that is, because it's loading up. But in the meantime, let's play a little bit of a Sonic 3D Blast director's cut.